Yes. Ah, too much coffee. Hey, beautiful people. Today we wanted to do a video that I get so many questions on, but it's super basic, how to apply false lashes. This video is going to be foolproof. So if you know how to apply false lashes, you may learn some tips. If you don't know how, we're gonna make sure you become masters of it. Even better than all your friends who wear them every single day. So time to put on those lashes. So these are some of the best tools that you need for foolproof application of lashes. Lash glue, really good quality tweezers. Scissors are also very important. Mascara is optional, a really amazing pair of lashes, and this can be any brand, any type, but I think when you're beginning, it's really important to start with a very natural pair. My first experience with false lashes, it was, oh my God, 2001. It was like Jenny from the block. She was just coming out. She looked so beautiful. I remember like looking at her lashes and taking her lashes or taking pictures of her to like makeup counters and be like, what mascara is she using? And I was like, are you crazy? Those are false lashes. So I went to MAC. I bought some false lashes, MAC number 5. They were so huge. They were enormous. I looked just ridiculous, like theatrical on another level. Like in no way, shape, or form would that ever be attractive. And they didn't suit me. So rule number 1, start with a really natural pair of lashes. I personally love our Samantha lashes. These are some of my favorite lashes in the whole entire world because they're really nice and natural, but they do give you a slight amount of drama. So you feel like you could be natural and safe and foolproof, but also gives you a little bit of drama if you want a little bit of this like messiness and sexiness in the eyes. So I'm gonna do 2 different techniques to show you the easiest way to apply false lashes. So on one eye, I'm going to apply the full strip. On the second eye, I'm going to cut them and show you guys how easy it is to cut lashes and get a beautiful customized application. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the lashes out and taking them out of the packaging here. So when you're trying to figure out which eyelash goes where,
you put the wrong lash on the eye.
How? It's really important to kind of take the tray and kind of put it up against your eyes right here. And this lash is going to go to this eye and this lash is going to go that eye.
You should put L and R, right? Did you know that?
Suddenly all Huda lashes are going to have an L and an R.
Socks have an L and an R.
Oh no, my God. It's really important to know how to remove false lashes off of the tray. A lot of people don't think about that. They just kind of rip it off and you can ruin your lashes when you do that. The lash hairs are really, really sensitive. So I always like to use my finger. You have a natural curvature there. So what I like to do is I like to press it on the end and then I just press it down and it immediately comes off really easy. So it's really important. You are really careful when you're moving them from the tray. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to measure it across my lid just to make sure and see how long this lash is. So now I'm going to grab my lash and I have it in my hand. I'm just grabbing in the middle, not any fancy way. And now I'm going to take my tweezer and I'm grabbing it at the end and I'm grabbing it right underneath the band. If you can see it, it's really important when you're laying the false lashes to make sure that you go behind your lash bed. So you don't want to just go straight here. That's not going to work. You go here, you're going to have trouble actually laying it on top of your natural lash bed. So you kind of want to go flat like this, and then you're almost like positioning it behind your lashes. And it's really important you're lining the corner up first. You can see that. This is not even with glue yet. So it's really important you try first without glue as you're measuring so you can kind of get a little bit of a hang of how you're supposed to apply it with the glue. So you can see I'm lining it up here with the inner corner, and I'm going really far in the inner corner because I'm then going to pull it a little bit. I didn't even stick it. It's not stuck here in the corner, and that's totally fine. It's stuck in the inner corner, but on the outer corner, it's not. It's like basically floating. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go really close, and I usually then adjust it and stick it in the right place there. So you can see Samantha lashes are quite long, but I have a lot of liner here. I have like a very extended wing going on. So I don't actually need to trim it. I can leave it as is. I can leave it exactly how it is, and that's gonna be totally fine. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go ahead and lift this up, and I'm grabbing it from the outer corner, and I'm trying not to grab my natural lash. So don't use your fingernails again, because it can pull the lash. Just use your fingers and just tug it off. Now, if we were going to trim these just for length purposes, if they're too long for you, you're only gonna trim them from the end. Never, I repeat, never trim from the front if it's for length. If it doesn't fit your eye, only trim from the end. I'm now gonna move my tweezers slightly lower so I have a nice base that's pretty far from the lash band so I can apply glue. Every glue has its own rules. Our glue, the rules are really, really simple. You basically just want to apply the same amount of glue as the thickness of the band, and I'm gonna go into details about that. If you're a pro, you can push it out like this and then just apply the glue directly on. Or if you're a beginner, you can apply some to the back of your hand like this. You can take a little Q-tip and that gives you a lot more control and you could just apply it on the lash band. I always like to coat the outer corner and the inner corner first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply enough glue to basically coat the entire lash, but basically it should be as thick as the band. And you can always use the other side of the Q-tip and kind of even out edges as you need. And one important thing to remember too, the less glue you apply, the quicker you can actually move them onto the lash bed, versus the more glue you apply, the longer it takes to dry. So I have just enough. I'm again going on top of my natural lashes, and now I'm going to go ahead and adjust the end here. I'm only working on the outer corner right now, and now I'm going to position the inner corner. So a lot of people might be nervous to do this with tweezers. If you're nervous to do it with tweezers, you can always do it with your fingers. Just pinch your lashes and the false lashes together. This way, there's none of this. When you turn to the corner, you don't see some fake lashes. All you see is a beautiful lash bed. Now, sometimes it happens every once in a while where people put too much glue in the inner corner and then their lashes will start to kind of stick together. You can definitely try to clean that up with a little Q-tip. You can try to clean that up. But one really easy way to fix that as well is to take a little mascara and then to coat that inner corner. What's going to happen is all the stickiness will go away immediately. It's amazing. And you can see my lashes look really nice and natural on that eye. On the second eye, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be cutting the lashes in pieces to do a little bit of an easier application. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start first by trimming it right in the center. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm only going to trim the band, and I'm basically going to trim it in the center. And I basically have 2 pieces of lashes here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim these pieces in half as well. And as you trim the lashes, you want to make sure you do put them in place on the lash tray, because you don't want to lose track of which lash is which. And I'm going to do this in my hand like this because I don't want them to fly off. So you can see I'm going to go ahead and cut them apart. And again, remembering which piece goes where, I'm going to lay it on the tray. The next lash, I'm actually going to try to trim it on the tray here, right in the middle of the lash. I'm pressing right against the tray just to show you options. And so now we have 4 pieces of our Samantha lashes. So I'm going to take the first piece, and this is going to be the outer piece. You always kind of want to start with the outer piece because that's the most dramatic, right? So I have the outer piece here, put more glue in my hand, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply a thin layer here, coating the lash really well. And I am going to go ahead and lay it on top of my lashes here. And you can see it laid really high up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition it now just with my fingers, seeing exactly where I want it. For the next lash, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to grab the piece here, applying some glue again, and this time I want to lay it as close to that piece as possible. And you can see I've applied them, but you may want to just push them down to make sure they're not too high up. You don't want to look like too surprised. Applying lashes like this is super great for beginners. You just want to make sure it's a very kind of fluffy, wispy type of lash that you're doing it with. And so now you can see the inner corner for the pieces is actually the hardest to apply, so you really want to make sure you're very careful with that. Now I do want to kind of push these down a little bit to make sure it's symmetric, and that's what you want to do at the end of your lash application. Basically, once you're done applying your lashes, you can then adjust them however you need to. Push them upwards, push them downwards, however you need to, and that kind of makes sure that your eyes should be lifted on the outside, lower in the inside. Now this last tip is totally optional. This is only if you want to blend everything in really nice and naturally, and that is mascara. Very important. Your lash glue better be dry, because if it's not, those lashes are going to fly right off and all that hard work would have been lost. So you don't want to do that. So I'm just going to take my mascara wand, and depending on what style you want, you can go upwards. Personally, I like to go right against the base, and I just kind of go back and forth here. I don't go to the ends. And that's just because I like a lot of drama at the base of my lashes. And I'm doing that here as well. You can apply a lot of mascara and look what happens. It's so pretty. Yes. I look like Olya now. This is how Olya looks every day. So annoying. She has nice lashes naturally. Just applying a little bit more mascara to the bottom, because now my bottom lashes look really tiny compared to my top. And if you guys want more information on how to clean your lashes, how to make them last forever, you can head to our blog. We'll put the link down below, and it can tell you all about removal, cleaning, all those fun things. But this is legitimately the easiest way to apply false lashes. It's foolproof. Anybody can do it like this. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video and learn everything you need to learn about applying lashes and feeling really, really beautiful. I feel like lashes literally change lives. I know that sounds crazy, but it makes people feel really, really good, and not like normal good, like really, really good. It just changes the way you feel. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys learned a lot about applying lashes. So make sure you guys subscribe, check us out everywhere else, and we'll see you guys next time. Love you guys so much.